Oil prices on the rise again. They have already surged $20 a barrel this month. And now a new crisis is emerging that could cause even more issues. Houthi rebels in Yemen are threatening to cut off a strait in the Red Sea. Just the threat alone is
not just threatening.
Already leading to some ships abandoning their plans to exit the Red Sea heading south. And this potential blockade could cause even more damage to the already shaky global oil market. CNN senior business reporter David Goldman joining us now. I mean, we were talking about this, and I'm just going to do it because this is bad. This always indicates to us like, oh, good, oh, yay, green, up, good, market's good, up. No.
Thank you for keeping in mind you're talking to Americans here. Really appreciate that.
No,
bad.
No. Yes, that's
sad
right.
face.
You're
Terrible.
a good artist.
Oh, yep. They really understand their audience.
We should have you do this more often. I think that there's always a discussion about is green good or bad. This is bad, right? $94 a barrel is not where we want oil to be right now. And certainly when we have big moves like this is kind of like May all over again. And the reason is that not only are we dealing with the Strait of Hormuz, now we're dealing with another strait, the Bab al-Mandab Strait, which is one of the key exit paths for Saudi Arabian oil. We know that Saudi Arabia, to get away from the strait, is piping oil into the Red Sea, and it's been coming out this way to go for Asia, except that now the Houthis want to blockade this. This is going to become a big problem, kind of like a no way out situation. There are 4 to 5.
Yeah, Ro Khanna's running for president. Well, he's lost my support, unfortunately. His being grilled and saying with basically no way out. There's no other way to interpret what he said here, that Israel has an innate moral license to kill Arabs, but not the other way around. That's pretty much a disqualifier for me. The overlap between presidents willing to stand up to Israel and presidents willing to stand up to capital is basically 1-to-1. AOC's position is better for sure, though we're still not 100% sure she's running. I'd like to see. Come on, Vosh, there's still time for him to improve. He's a grown-ass man. He knows his positions. He's had time to have his positions. I am judging him now because even in this moment, as he prepares for a presidential campaign, he is still choosing to cede and bend the knee to Israel on this position. He's a big boy. We're talking about disingenuous politicians who are reading the wind here. We're not talking about personal growth. So what the Houthis are doing in the Red Sea a good thing? Well, it's a good thing in the sense that it's adding to the consequences the world is facing for allowing Israel and America to do whatever they want in the Middle East.
Million barrels of oil that normally would go through the strait that are going through this, the Strait of Hormuz, going through the Bab al-Mandab Strait every single day, and that is under threat right now. Now, we've been monitoring the traffic, and you can start to see some of these ships turn around and head out the other way. Not because the Houthis are actually doing anything right now, but they have broadcast that they will attack ships. That has certainly scared a lot of ship traffic.
Yeah, that is scary. If you are piloting a full oil tanker, you really don't want that shit to blow up.
2 to 3 million barrels per day that were destined for Asia. This is the big threat. They might now be under threat, and that could mean higher gas prices, higher oil prices, $10 perhaps per barrel. We've already...
Oh, it could get much, much worse than that. Much worse.
Been oil passing the last couple months. 4 vessels turned around. So what does that tell you, Kim, now about these concerns of what the Houthis might do?
The Houthis sent a message directly to shipping companies. And first they said any Saudi shipping can't come through. And then they said any ships that dock at a Saudi port. You know, the last time the Houthis did this, though, they didn't just hit the ships that they said they might target. They accidentally hit some other ships as well. So if you're a shipping company with a multi-million-dollar cargo load, you're either going to take it through the Suez Canal, or if you were going to go through the Suez Canal from the outside, now you're going to go around the Horn of Africa. This adds costs. We're talking about something like 10 to 20% of global shipping going through.
It's also not entirely possible. I'm pretty sure the really, really big oil tankers, a lot of them that Saudi Arabia uses, can't go through the Suez Canal. They don't have the ability. So a lot of them are just going to be stuck down there. I don't know how much of it is loaded onto those, but like going all the way around the Horn of Africa, that's going to add weeks and weeks to the transport. Tankers too thick? They are too thick. We don't want another damn Ever Given situation. Not to mention the fuel costs. Ugh. Security costs. Why does this map have opposite colors for what the land and water should be? Because this is a map of the sea. So the sea is the important part, you see. Many of the tankers can only return through the canal, but can't go through it when fully loaded. Ah, because the weight of the oil, it sinks them down. The Suez Canal is not very deep. That makes sense. Well, I guess we'll see how it plays out, guys.
An armed faction in Yemen aligned with Iran said on Monday it will impose a maritime blockade on Saudi Arabia, joining Tehran's efforts to throttle global energy markets in response to U.S. strikes. The Houthi faction controls much of Yemen.
The Houthis always look so fucking unserious whenever they get together for a fit pick. Like, I understand it's like they got kind of a pirate aura thing going on. To me, they always look so fucking... They just look like a mob. They always look like a mob, you know?
Red Sea coastline along a narrow choke point called the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, a waterway that is increasingly vital for Riyadh, which has
Gas prices in Crimea are insanely high right now. When converted to average U.S. wages, it's the equivalent of $144 per gallon. That's cool. If you still live in Crimea at this point, like past a point, you kind of deserve it a little bit. I know that there are innocents in Crimea that just haven't moved since Russia occupied it in 2014, but like, you got to get the fuck out of there, dog. You got to get the fuck out of there, okay? You need to leave.
Diverting its oil exports to Red Sea ports and away from the Strait of Hormuz. But will the Houthi threat further constrain global energy flows? Iran's near-total blockade on the Strait of Hormuz for much of the year pushed Saudi Arabia to divert more than 70% of its normal daily crude exports to the Red Sea port of Yanbu. Data from Kepler and Signal Ocean show shipments from Yanbu averaged 4 million barrels per day in recent weeks. Ships from Yanbu bound for...
Who was it in chat who said that the blockade of the Bab el-Mandeb Strait basically undoes the Chinese oil diet? Because you're completely correct. The additional 4 or 5 million barrels per day that this cuts off basically nulls China's demand destruction. It's about equivalent. Me, I'm so smart. Thanks for contributing. Now get a yellow name. Get a yellow name.